Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an OP MOONVEIL Katana build guide for an Elden Ring. So this is a pretty powerful weapon and it has a lot of usefulness in various situations. So I'll be going over all the stats, equipment, and a general way on how to play this. So we're going to want to obviously have the MOONVEIL Katana upgraded as high as you can possibly get it. Now this does require your strength to be at least 12, dexterity 18, and intelligence at 23. So set your stats accordingly to that. In the offhand, I like to have a staff because we're going to have high intelligence, so you may as well be able to cast some spells as well. I'm using the silver tier mask here to get increased arcane, which is not super useful, but it'll increase our bleed damage. Carry a knight armor, the Bulgo gauntlets, and ourselves a Bulgo greaves. So this will allow us to get our poise up to 84. Now there's a couple cutoffs. We want to at least be able to hit 51 or 56 poise. I'm using the Bulgo's talisman to further increase our poise because this is a weapon that can break posture like nobody's business, so having higher poise is always a good thing. The Shard of Alexander will boost the attack power of our skills, which we're going to use often, and then the Carrion Filigree Crest will reduce the FP consumption, so that means we're able to spam our weapon art a little bit more frequently. And the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman is going to increase our damage negation. If you're fighting against the Elden Beast, switch that out for the Halig Drake, as it's going to give us a much better benefit. Now, for our stats, this is at a level 150 build, but I'll be giving you kind of like the leveling guide, so if you're at a lower level, make sure you get your Vigor up to 30 first, and then put your, obviously, points to get your stats up to where they need to be. I have my stats at 18 strength and 22 dexterity, so I can also use the Naga Kiba, which is an incredible katana that you can pair alongside this to give yourself a bit of a different damage option. Since this is a magical based one, it's good to have another alternative there if something's resistant to magic. But as for our mind, I like to have it up at about 35. This allows us to cast our spells a little bit more commonly and also use our weapon skill as frequently as we possibly can. 28 endurance, although either of these numbers you can change around where you need them to be. And you can also jump your strength. If you need to, you can have only just 12 strength, 18 dexterity, but I put that there to be able to equip the Naga Kiba as well. I have 56 intelligence. If you go with the lower stats, put the rest of them into intelligence, and then you can also probably use a better staff than the one that I'm using there. But overall, that's the way that we want to be going with our stats. This will give us the medium roll, and our poise is going to be 84, so that's really, really good. So that is that for our stats. Now, I guess I'll get into the spells and the way of attacking. So I like to use just a few different spells here. I'll get into them first, but the MOONVEIL, its main way of doing things is holding the L2 to get into your unsheath style attack, and you can press your R1 or R2 for your short or heavy attacks, so it's going to come out like that. Now this one has a shorter range and a little bit less damage, but the R2 has a longer range and more posture break and more damage. So this one here with the stats, we have 1317 damage, whereas this is going to do 1460. The posture break from this is incredible too. So what's nice is you can actually like line up your attacks here. So you got attacked and boom. And you can see it broke his posture there, which is kind of silly. But yeah, it has incredible posture break. That's the one beautiful thing about this spell is how much you can break posture. So these are just weak enemies here. Poor Albinarix, I feel bad for these frogs. But yeah, the posture break with that amount of poise is incredible. So as you can see, we're able to posture break from a distance, and that makes all the difference in combat. So definitely a very OP build, and this may help you with the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. So let me know in the comments if you're going to be playing that. I'm just going to show off the spells here in 1 second. So, oh, he survived. Rock Sling was one of the most popular spells here. So this is physical damage. So if you have anything that's resistant to physical or resistant to magic, you can use Rock Sling, and as you saw, we broke his posture there as well. I really like Night Comet because this attack comes out really fast, and people that are normally going to dodge those attacks, like when you fight Radagon, he's going to be able to dodge a lot of spells, and he'll actually like send some of them back at you. So with Night Comet, he can't do that. That's the whole point of these night sorceries, is to be able to be a reliable attack. I'm also using the Staff of Loss to increase the damage that they deal. This is just a really powerful one because you can literally get people dead before they even come near you. Adula's Moonblade's a good one for frost damage. It can be continually cast like that, so you can literally just go bonk, 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 bonk with it. And it's pretty good range because it shoots out that blade similar to the MOONVEIL, so I like that one because you can get a lot of damage in relatively easy and doesn't take a whole lot of requirements there. Carrion Phalanx is another good one because, as you can see, you can literally just burst people down with it. I find that this is a good spell to cast anytime that if you're focusing on being defensive, have this up at all times, and then you can literally just focus on running away or doing what you need to defensively, and then it takes care of itself. But that Moonveil posture break is seriously something. It's unstoppable. And the final spell that we'll be using is Spiral Shards. This can actually cheese a lot of the bosses. The Fire Giant, if you cast this into him, it hits him multiple times. As you can see there, it kind of glitches on smaller targets, but it really shines on big ones. I have a video on how to cheese the Elden Beast, and using Spiral Shards, which can hit the Elden Beast multiple times, it goes dealing ticks of damage every time it slides through them. So Spiral Shard, extremely useful for large bosses, and a very useful spell to get in general. So this will help you with taking down Mohg and getting into the Land of Shadows in the Elden Ring DLC. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you all in the next video.